up this morning and I pray to the Most High. The sun is shining so bright. I'm blessed to live this life. Blessed be Yahweh. Blessed be Yahweh.
Shalawam Sisters. So this video I'm going to be making a pot roast and some greens. Okay, my first time making a pot roast, and I'm going to be making macaroni, but not just typical. We're going to be using plant-based ingredients and make vegan macaroni. Okay, we're going to be having this with some pot roast and some greens and cornbread. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you want to do is soak your meat in some vinegar and some water just to get all that excess blood out of your meat, because you know we don't want no bloody meat. We can't eat blood no ways. It's according to the law. So I just added some vinegar. You can do regular vinegar or apple cider. You know, add just some water. Just let it sit for maybe 15 minutes. I let mine sit longer than that just so I use the extra time to prep all of my vegetables for the pot roast. Now, while my meat was soaking, I prepped my vegetables. Now, you can put whatever vegetables you want in your pot roast, but usually the vegetables I always see are potatoes. But the way me and my family do it, we do regular potatoes, sweet potatoes, and onion and bell pepper. So kind. Oh yeah, we add carrots too. I forgot, my bad. Now this is the way that I cut my potatoes. Now if you know a better way or just a more effective way for you, then by all means go for it. But you know, sweet potatoes, they're just very hard and coarse, so you just gotta be very careful when you're cutting it so you don't cut yourself. I'm sorry, I didn't realize how bad of an angle this was, but onto my white potatoes. Now I'm just gonna peel them and cut those the exact same way. So once you're done cutting up your potatoes, put it aside in a bowl. And once your meat is done, you want to transfer it into a pan that you're going to cook your roast in. You're going to season on both sides, add flour on both sides. You want to add flour because you want to brown your roast on both sides. And also adding that flour makes your roux, like to get that thick sauce or roast. If you put flour on your meat and once you add that water and all those vegetables, and when the meat makes its own juice, putting that flour is going to help that thick sauce and make that roux for you. So I seasoned the roast with onion powder, garlic powder, seasoned salt, and pepper and meat tenderizer. Okay. And then you want to flip it over and just do the same thing. And then once you're seasoned on both sides, you want to add your flour. so once you're done with that, you're gonna brown your meat on both sides. While there's browning, I'm gonna cut up my onion and bell pepper for my pot roast, and y'all gonna see my granny come in and direct me with the onions. I was cutting it the wrong way, and she came in with her tips and her wisdom, so all praises for that. Alright, so your meat should be looking a little something like that on both sides. Now once it looks like that on both sides, add it back into your pan, and any excess flour that you had, leave it in there. You want to add all your potatoes, then you want to add your onion and bell pepper, you want to add your carrots, you want to add your water. Pop that thing in the oven. I let it slow cook overnight, so it was slow cooking all night from like 10 p.m. to like, honestly, it didn't even cook overnight because I put it in around 10 p.m. and then it was done at like 12 a.m. So it was already, it really don't take roast long, but it was cooking for about, I want to say maybe about 2 hours on 350. But yeah, so once you add all your vegetables, your potatoes, you got that flour in there, you got that browned meat on both sides, add your water, put it in the oven, and let that thing slow cook. I tell y'all, it is so good. Y'all, my pot roast is so good through the spirit. All praises to Yahweh Shah. That pot roast turned out so good. And we got pretty with it. We used some rainbow carrots. Oh, critters. I don't know why my camera quality looks like this, but let me tell y'all a few things. But first of all, we want to clean your sink out really good on both sides. Yes, you want to clean your greens in the sink. Where else you gonna clean them? So clean out your sink. Now you can do bag greens or you can pick your greens. It is up to you, but I did bag. Now this is real simple. This process is real simple. Fill a sink up with water and a little drop of soap. And then once you drench it in there and rinse it around, then transfer it to another sink that has a stopper in it and just rinse it off with water. And then you're going to just swap it back and forth, and rinse the greens off. Every time you swap it back and forth, take this holder out. Take the sink holder out. That was my mistake. I did not do that, and my back and feet was hurting, and I was washing these greens for 10-15 minutes. Every time you swap the greens over, take the sink holder out. So that way, you're letting all that soapy water out. So that way the soap can leave. The whole purpose of washing your greens is to clean it. And you also, what am I trying to say? The whole purpose of washing your greens is to clean it. And then your greens are going to be ready when the water turns clear and all the soap is gone. Okay, so just watch the process. You see I'm switching it over. But once you switch it over like I'm doing, take that soapy water out. You see the water I just took the greens out of? You want to take that stop holder out. And then once you switch it back to that sink, you're going to add new water. And you're just going to keep doing that back and forth until your water is clear and all the soap is gone. And then you'll know that your greens are ready to go, ready to cook. Now, greens, they're pretty simple too. First you want to cook your meat. We do turkey meat, of course. So you want to get you a pot with some water and some oil. I didn't record this stuff. I'm letting you know. Get you a pot with some water and some oil. Put you some turkey necks in there, maybe about 2 turkey necks. Cut it in half, like 2 small turkey necks, and let that cook and let it get soft and tender. Then once it's soft and tender, then you're going to clean your greens and add your onion and bell pepper and your seasonings. So greens is really, really simple. You're just literally rinsing them off, adding them to a pot with seasoning, onion and bell peppers, and your meat is going to already be cooked. So Now, y'all see the mistakes I'm making. You're supposed to take the water out every time you swap sinks. I wasn't doing that. So do not make that mistake. Learn from me, learn from this video. Do not do that. When you swap your greens over to the other sink, take that water out, or you will be washing them for about 15 minutes with your back hurting, okay? Your greens are going to be ready when your water is clear like that. All right, so once your water is clear like that, add your greens to the pot. Remember, the pot should already have the cooked turkey meat in there. Add your greens to that pot. Add your onion and bell pepper, your seasoning, and let them things slow cook, and boom, there you go. Simple, easy greens. There you go. Alright, your greens should look something like this. You want to season them when you first put them on the stove, and then when they're cooking and getting soft, you want to season them again. We season them with seasoned salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and a little bit of nature seasoning. So kind of that's what I season the greens with, and really what makes greens good is a lot of salt. So kind of shalom. Now I was gonna do this vegan macaroni video separately, but because it was gonna be only like a 5-minute video, I'm gonna just do it together because that's how easy and simple it was. So of course you wanna boil your noodles in a pot with some water, some salt, rinse them, and then put them back in the pot. Now, this is my first time doing it, and I got this recipe from my cousin. So what I did was I added salt and pepper to the noodles in the pot, and then I added almond milk. And the reason I added flour was because almond milk isn't thick like oat milk. And because it's not thick like oat milk, I added flour to give it that thickness. So I added my almond milk and my flour, and then I cut up some vegan American cheese, and then you're gonna see me layer it on the next few clips. But you can also add whatever other vegan cheese you want. Like, you don't have to just only do American. You can add vegan shredded, you can add vegan mozzarella, but I just only put American in the mixture, and then I just layered it with the mozzarella and the cheddar. But I mean, the process is pretty simple. I seasoned the macaroni with Slap Your Mama, salt and pepper, and I also added garlic powder. I didn't do the garlic powder on camera, but I also added garlic powder off camera, and it was so good. Like, this macaroni was so good, y'all. I would not be lying. I would not be telling y'all it was good if it's not. It is so good. Y'all should try it. Also want to add you some butter. I ran out of my plant-based butter, and I didn't want to make this dairy macaroni at all, so I just skipped out on the butter. But I use Earth Balance vegan butter. You can use that butter as well. Now once you have your cheese in there, you want to just stir it up, and you're gonna know that your macaroni is ready to go once that cheese is a little bit melted. You're gonna see that in the next clip. So when that cheese starts to melt and it's practically almost melted and it starts to get creamy like this, then it's ready to be layered. I also added a little more milk and a little more flour along the way, but kind. Now, I don't think that vegan shredded cheddar cheese melted as good as I thought it would have on top. It was kind of hard, but it definitely melts good inside of it, like under a second layer. So I would honestly recommend just putting the mozzarella on top, and I put it in the oven on I think 365 for 35 minutes. This macaroni is just so creamy and good. Yes, you wouldn't even think it's plant-based. It's just delicious. I'm not trying to get a cheese pull. I just want y'all to see how creamy it is. It ain't dry, baby. Look at that. Just yummy. Yummy. The pot roast turned out so amazing. Like, Carla, how about you, Masha? It was so good. Everything was so tender. It was just honestly amazing for my first time. All praises. This dinner turned out absolutely amazing. Ashar Feast of Dedications to those keeping. This is how I decided to kick off mine through the spirit with a good soul Sunday dinner. All praise to the Most High. Lord willing, this video was helpful. Carly, how about you, Masha? Shalawam.
Woke up this morning and